And we back for another one. Y'all better love me, you know. I'm doing another video. 2 videos in one night. I'm on a roll like it's not 1:49 in the morning. So you're probably like, why the hell am I doing this video? My new goodie came. So Airsoft Cowboy decided that he wanted to grab my I think it's called the Storm. I had basically the T238 Storm. That tracer treated me so well. I had so many ups and downs. I think I've spoke about it on the channel, because at one point I had let the LiPo battery drain and I had to go and seek out a LiPo battery for it. I really loved the tracer. By the point that happened, I had had it for like maybe 4 months, so I was not gonna just chuck it in the bin and give up. So after seeking for a little bit, found a battery, managed to replace it, and because it was double the capacity the other battery was, it was really good. Everywhere we went, everybody was like, "Right, you ain't got to charge your tracer." And they were innovative. Like obviously you got Ace Tech and all these other people, but like one thing I would say, everywhere I took that tracer, people were like, "That flash is crazy, bro. It looked like you was firing a real gun at me." So I always kind of held on to that tracer because I was like, yeah man, that's what I'm going for, like that realistic type vibe. Yeah, so I held on to it recently. It was just kind of sitting around, and Airsoft Cowboy needed a tracer unit to go in his new Coca-Cola suppressor can, the stuff you see on the channel. So I was in a rock and a hard place where he was like, "Oh, do you want to sell it to me?" And I was like, "Oh, I can't really do that, or else I ain't gonna have a tracer." So we made a little deal, and here we are. So let's get straight into it. I don't want to make these videos bare longer than they need to be. I feel like T238 is a bit hella underrated, but I guess most people who do good things are underrated in life, so I guess it's normal. That the box looks a bit so Chinesey, but I guess it gives you what you need. Link to the site or your manual, I guess. It's letting you know what color tracer. You know me, I had to go for the green one. It tells you what one it is, because they do different versions. So you have Nano Flame, which just essentially just traces and gives you the flame, and then you have Nano Flame RNG, so it basically allows red and green BBs, which is something I really need, because I've currently got 2 Ace Techs. I've got a blaster, a Ace Tech blaster, and I've got an Ace Tech, what is the damn thing called? Try something. I'm still new to Ace Tech, so I'm not sure the model name, but I basically got the one that's 100 quid. Pretty good tracer. I think it's called Tricolor, if I'm correct. I might have to double check it just to be sure. But they don't trace red BBs, so I was kind of like, what? And I don't tend to run red BBs often, but it's nice to just have the option, right? So yeah, this is why I went for this. And it's meant to go on my stubby, so I think that was a very important thing for me, because I was like, I want whatever goes on a stubby to not have limitations, whereas the other guns not having the ability to trace red BBs, I wouldn't really care. They're backup guns. So yeah, let's get straight into it with the boring rubbish, and we'll work our way back. So you get I think it's 12 to 14 counterclockwise, which I always do like when companies do this, because I've bought so many tracers from companies and you rarely ever do get this. When you see a company send this, high five them, because it rarely happens. Plus I was missing one of these. I was going to try and buy one in a few weeks, so thank you T238, because you saved me some money. So we're going to put that to one side. You get your charging cable. Love that. Don't make it longer than it needs to be. I hate when companies send this 4 meter long wire, and it's like, bro, it's just for a tracer. Half the time you're at the game and you're trying to save yourself from tripping over the wire, whereas something like this is nice. You just plug next to your power lead, it's just out the way, nice and easy. So I love that. Well done on that. Like they do their famous sticker list of stuff, which, knowing me, I'll probably find something to take off there and promote the fact that we're using their tracer. I don't know how long these stickers are gonna last on my guns, because you know me, I play hard, they end up falling off. But I will attempt to do some well, should I do promo? Y'all ain't paying me, so we'll see. Let's have a brief look at that quickly, just to see if this is an edible manual, if that makes sense. Put that to the side. So you got a picture of the tracer on a gun in black, which kind of looks alright. Do not use them in the dark. Shield blaster, 9mm. which is more than enough room for the BB to get through during muzzle flash simulation. Sorry guys, length, diameter, weight. Oh, this is actually better than the Ace-Tech. The Ace-Tech supports up to 35 rounds. This does up to 55 rounds, so it's interesting. The Ace-Tech is so much more expensive, but the performance is better. 30,000 shots per charge. That's really good. I think Ace-Tech, that's actually a good point. How many is Ace-Tech? 2 seconds, people. Ace-Tech. Try. This one always called Tri-Color. I should just do the blaster, because the blaster is basically the same thing, just a little brother. And I know the rounds count is, as you see, 35 rounds per second, which is 20 to 25k rounds, which would mean that the battery, give me 1 sec, I think the battery is better here as well, because this is 30,000 rounds, they're saying guaranteed. Whereas the Bifrost, okay, so that's what I've got the Bifrost, it's saying up to 20k shots, so this gives you a whole 10,000 more shots, which is very much interesting because this tracer is so much more smaller. That's really giving me an idea. Now I want to sell my Bifrost, because I'm like, why would you buy a Bifrost compared to this? You get more rounds. Maybe you would buy it because you want the red, green, rainbow function, but this is overall the better tracer, because this is as much rounds as my Storm and it's almost half the size. Same company, supports up to 50 rounds, which is probably the best round count I've seen in tracers, because trust me, I've seen a whole load of tracers, probably easily 50-60 different types of tracers, bro. It's crazy. Even these little Chinese models, and trust me, this probably is better than a blaster, you know, which is quite interesting for me to be saying right now, because I'm like, why would you buy a blaster at £100 or £65 or £80, whatever it is? The Bifrost is 100 quid, so I'm like, why would you buy a Bifrost unless you wanted the rainbow or the color function? Because that's the only thing that beats this. And I like the fact that this has a button, so it's not a shake wake up. I hate shake wake up. It's kind of good for quick gameplay, but the button's so accessible. Yeah, let's keep it moving. I think at the time what I was doing was checking the booklet just to see if it was edible for the average person. It does look edible for the average person. Y'all gonna have to, I don't know if you guys end up buying one yourselves, let me know if y'all feel the same, because obviously I've got experience with the sport, so for me what might be easy to somebody else, they might be like, oh, it's a nightmare, bro. But it looks edible. And is how many times have you guys heard me say that on the channel about a manual from a product? I don't think I've ever said that. That actually looks edible. So yeah, so we get that in a nice little case with the logo, which I kind of like. Groovy. And then you just squeeze that out here. Why for that, boy? Ooh, don't stick onto it. Okay, and then what we have is the product right here. Straight away, that green is bossing. Like I said before, you don't have to have it in the green color like me. They do it in grey, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red and black. It does look pretty good in all of them, so it's more what vibe you're going for. Because this is for my stubby, there was only one color. It's gonna, well, it could have been purple, but it was always gonna be green. To be fair, there's not much. I don't want to spend bare time on this. This essentially is the Storm. So if you have not seen the Storm review video, please just hop over there. Just type on the channel T238 Nano or T238 Storm unboxing review, or just go to the unboxing review section and you'll just see everything that's been unboxed and reviewed there. It essentially is the duplicate of that. I wish I took that one back from Airsoft Cowboy just for this review. Everything is essentially basically the same. Like, you've got the carbon fiber in the middle, you've got like a metal type thing on the bottom, metal type thing on the top, your average like tracer setup, because this is how an average tracer would be set up, like your unit, bottom, top. Obviously everybody has their own setup, but for me this is the ideal setup. I like a setup that looks like this. You kind of screw on and it kind of just operates like a suppressor. It's a really great size, so I might have to see if it screws into the suppressors that came with the Delta Armories, because I think that would be really cool to, on days that I don't necessarily want to take it off my DSG build, I could just do this and leave that the shell side on the DSG build and literally just scoot this over to the other gun, slide that over, and Bob's your uncle. Which is, I just find that really cool, because not that I necessarily want to be moving tracers around, but at least I've got the option. Do you get what I'm saying? What else can I show you? Just go to the Storm video, because everything I'm going to talk about is exactly the same. Type C connector, which comes with what I call the Type C butt plug. Please don't report me. This is just how I am, guys. If you don't like this content, please just subscribe somewhere else. This is just how I am. Love it or like it. But yeah, the Type C butt plug, which is very similar to the Storm, because this is how the Storm set up. You got your free lighting, LED lighting sections at the front. You have a power button, which I do like that they've changed the colors on this. So on the Storm, the bottom and top unit is silver. I think the middle sections obviously change color depending on what color you choose, but they were all like a chromey silver, which looked really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you, it looked really cool. Kind of grew on me. I'm gonna change my loadout to that color, but I do feel like the black is busting. It looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to eat it. Like, that sounds nuts, innit? But yeah, it looks edible. Like, does that make sense? So let's chuck that back in. So let's get straight into functionalities, because I don't really want to be here for no longer than I need to, and we're already at 12.5 minutes. So what can I show you? So how it works, obviously this button is right here. So once you've obviously plugged up, charged, and you know, let me show you how that charge function works. Say your battery's dead and you wanted to charge it, you'd plug that in right there, and then you'd get that red charging light. That red charging light lets you know that I need battery. I am currently accepting battery from whatever device you plugged me into. That's why that red light is happening. Have a good look so you understand what it looks like. Needs the tracer's charging, and you know, I'll give her a proper charge in a second. When she is finished charged, and it won't charge in time while I'm on this video, unfortunately, but when she's finished charged, what you'll receive is a constant green light. So once you see a green light in that same area where the red light was, the red light will completely disappear. If you get a green light, you know this tracer is now charged. Because it's not a shake, you won't have to switch it off. It won't do anything crazy. You just pull it off, that light will dissipate. Now switching on the tracer, there is only one button to my knowledge on the tracer. I think that's a productivity light to let you know if the thing's actually on, because sometimes it's on and we just don't know. So we're gonna test that to see if it's a productivity light when we switch it on. So yeah, you only have one button to my knowledge on this product, which is here, and they've made it nice and gold, which is really cool. And you'd click that, and to my knowledge it operates exactly the same as the Storm. It's literally the duplicate of the, you know, like how PlayStation do, like the PlayStation original, PlayStation Slim, and then the PlayStation Pro. This is essentially that. Like, I think the what was the one that came out before, because there was one that came out before that I had, and it was a really good tracer. So there was the original Nano, which to be fair it was good, but it was cheaply built and had bare problems, but it was good because it was probably like the most affordable tracer on the market that made sense putting on a serious airsoft gun. The only thing is the round count is really low. It says up to 35 rounds, but that's a lie. Unless they've upgraded the card on the board, yeah, that's a lie. I remember when we had it before, it was quite trash for keeping up, especially with gas blowback pistols. But because like I said, this is basically the Storm's little brother, or the Storm's yeah, call it the Storm's twin. That's a little bit smaller. You know how sometimes you get twins and they're twins, but they're not physically the same. So one might be massively big and strong, and the other one might be mad slim. See it that way. This is literally the Storm's twin. Not identical. Well, some could say identical, but not identical, because obviously the size is a bit different, but everything's in the same places. So essentially it would operate just the same. I clicked it first, you saw it flashed like a orange and a blue. That's letting me know that muzzle flash and tracer mode is what's on. So if I grab something that's not gonna damage my new tracer, if I dash something down it and I'm able to show you, what should happen is, do you see I'm gonna get a muzzle flash from these three things because they're trying to create a flash, and we're gonna get a blue flash which would be what illuminates my BB. Yeah. Now second function, if I click it the second time, so you don't click it twice, you just 1, 2. Do you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't go 1, 2, 3 again. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm just trying to show you the settings. So one click, muzzle flash and tracer. Second one is, ooh, I think it's muzzle flash if I'm correct. Let's have a look. I think it's muzzle flash. No, it's actually tracer. Okay, yeah, so it is exactly like the Storm. Yeah, so if you look, this one's a bit more faint because obviously we're not getting the muzzle flashes, but the second function is just tracer. That's why you're just getting this blue light, because that's what normally would illuminate up a tracer BB. Yep, so that's why we're getting that blue light. And last but not least, if you notice, we only got these 3 LEDs switch on when I clicked it the third time, and that's because all this is, it will not trace anything, but you have a muzzle flash on this setting. So just show you briefly, muzzle flash but no tracing setting, which is why you're not getting none of that blue. Yeah, yeah. This one looks like it's smart as well, because sometimes with the old ones you could like just keep it in there and just keep moving it and it will just keep going off. This one looks like it's a smart one. If it doesn't track clearance, it won't go off, which is pretty cool, because that shows that they've upgraded the board. This board probably is a bit better than the Storm's board. I'd have to double check that though. So yeah, and then obviously if you want to switch this tracer off, you'd obviously point it away from yourself. In all of that, make sure you point it away from yourself, like maybe at an angle or towards the floor as you're doing it, because you don't want to point direct to yourself and blind yourself. And then that's why I'm angling it that way, because obviously my face is over there. Yeah. And then you see all that big flashing that just happened. That's literally the tracer, to my knowledge, turning. Oh, what's that? Wait, did I switch it back on then? Oh, I did. Yeah, I think I did. No, so then what's going on? Maybe that is an off button. 2 seconds. That's interesting. Maybe it turns itself off then. 2 seconds, people. Would that not be off? No. Tracer, muzzle flash. Yeah, so that's just muzzle flash. Maybe I have to hold it down. Oh, that's a new setting. So it looks like they've upgraded the board. So, which is kind of nice, because when I used to have the Storm, the one thing that used to annoy me was sometimes in game, you're trying to switch between functions, but you don't want that big flash when it switches off. But you'd have to do that because the board literally just goes, what you just saw there, tracer, muzzle flash together, then tracer, then just muzzle flash, and then it does big blast thing. You see it just do right there, where that switches off, which gives your position away. In this function that it's doing, because it doesn't do that big blast one, you could chuck your gun into the corner, switch in between them, and not get that big one, and essentially go back into the gameplay. So I really like that function, because it means that when I want to turn this off, I have to be sure I want to turn it off and click it, which I kind of like. I like that. Yeah, because you see now it's off. Oh no, it's not. I just switched it back on. Yeah, now it's off. Yeah, so you have to wait for that long orange flash that you just see right there, and then now if you notice, it won't go off, and it's because I've switched it off. So, and that indicator thing is not a button, so don't do what you see me do, click it, because you might force that through. When that is flashing, I think it's just an indicator to let you know, be aware the tracer's on. If you don't want it on, switch it off. It's just an indicator. I have good things to say, but to be real, it's mad late. I'm tired, and I really just want to chuck this on the gun that's meant to be on and keep the ball rolling. So I'm gonna say thank you for do you know what? Let me show you me chucking it on there quickly before I go. And I just don't want to keep doing that because I feel like what tends to happen is you end up damaging the threading on your guns. So like you see me doing now, I'm just trying to clean them up, make sure they're right. And I'm probably gonna just lubricate them just ever so slightly, just to avoid me having any problems with them long term. Because I find that when you buy a system and you don't lubricate and you just kind of start using it 6 months through, now the thing is side threading and things like that, and it's often just because no care was taken with it when it was first bought. So don't be like me, you should probably use something like an actual Vaseline based lubricant with oil in it, but because I know myself, I know that I'm gonna basically treat this gun like my girlfriend, so I'm not too fussed about doing the whole thing. Plus as you turn it, it will naturally share the oil over it. I just hope it doesn't work its way off because it's that oily, which is why I'm not trying to do too much. I want to spread it so when the tracer thread goes over it, just remove some of the excess, it doesn't bind too much, more just kind of seats. Yeah, you see that feeling there, that new fresh feeling. You just don't want it to bind, essentially. And I could feel as soon as I was about to screw it on, it was about to bind, so I was like, nah man, not my new tracer. Oh, looks like that's the max spot I can put it. Why is that turning? Am I bugging? Oh, it's because that's not on tight enough. Oh, it's me, it's because it can turn. 2 seconds. Another thing, you probably want to tighten up your bottom section. And I think similar to my Storm, I'll probably Loctite that bottom section on just to save me unscrewing it and something falling off during gameplay. Because y'all know me, I play hardcore, and sometimes in dark CQB something falls off, and it's only when you get home you're like, oh my gun, that thing I just put on it is now gone. You know what I'm saying? And often, yeah, you can replace it, but who wants to keep buying a £30 part or something? So let me just show you guys what she looks like. She looked pretty good, to be fair with it. She looked pretty good with it. Yeah man, she just looks finished now. I still feel like at points when I go outdoors I'm gonna keep this bad boy because I'm probably gonna guard that tracer with my life now. But yeah, I don't think that was a bad purchase. It actually looks really pretty. It makes the gun feel finished to me. It's like I look at her now and I'm like, I don't really want to do anything now. So she's good. Got a flashlight, got a tracer, and they're both trustable parts. I think what I might look at doing is getting a shorter barrel and seeing if I could drop the barrel that, but that doesn't even make sense. The problem with doing that is, unless that other like thing sits inside the body, what do you want to call it, suppressor sits inside the body, I'm just giving myself more problems. And this is good because it has this, it looks like they did the upgrade batteries like the other one that I installed, whereas the original model only had one battery, so they did well, especially to get it in such a small package. This is making me want to Loctite it, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, just for the sake of, yeah, let me Loctite it, just for the sake of peace of mind. And lastly, I will say as well, for the cost of the item, guys, oh, I didn't want to put that much. You can't really go wrong. I think the tracer for this model was £35, don't quote me on that, but I think I paid £35 for this model. And you just heard all my other tracers are like 80 quid, 65 quids, £100. And don't get me wrong, they're nice, they got the good brand name and rare, but I would have easily bought this one at first if it was out at the time. That's why I bought the Storm, to be fair. And the Bifrost and all of those things, I more just bought them to see what the hype was about. Again, to be able to review a topic from an informed space, not just, oh, I think this, or I saw that on the field. No, it's like, I've owned this thing. I've gone through the ups and downs of it. Yeah, man, I want that 3-4 inches back. So I'll probably spend the season trying to find a shorter outer barrel, because that would be nice if it sat inside the body a little bit. That's making me want to put the other tracer here, to be fair, and chuck this on one of the other guns. But I'll see. Because now I'm looking at it like, nah, leave it. Because it's so short, I shouldn't knock it up. I think I'm just worried about potentially knocking it up where it's sitting 4, maybe 3-4 inches more than I want it to. But yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna call it done. Thank you for sharing the video time with me, peeps. Until the next one, and that is the T238 Nano Flame. Peace. 740.